Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. I need to get situated here because it's raining. Well, it's sprinkling. Wasn't supposed to rain, but it is. When they say even like a 5% chance of rain, that still means there's a chance of rain. Right now, I've got my spider gloves on for the first time today as well. Right now it's just sprinkling, but I hope to make it through 3 laps. I hope to make it through 3 laps. I'm more so concerned about the phone than myself. I'm all bundled up. It's all good, but I've got my technology wrapped up as best as possible, and hey, it is what it is. But regardless, I hope you've all been having a great day. It's also a little bit more difficult to, switch the camera and touch the phone with these touch gloves. Even though these are good touch gloves, they're great touch gloves. They're made by Spider. It's still a little bit different. It's a little bit off, so you have to kind of get used to, where you touch the phone and what you want the phone to do. But anyway. And yeah, we've got some construction going on out here at the park. I'm at the park because if it does start to come down, I can get to shelter pretty quickly. But let's show you up here. There's a lady walking her dog, so I'm waiting for her to get a head start. We got a big cat there, caterpillar. I think that's like an excavator. And I've got to cross to go to the other side. And there are a few people coming, so I want to be respectful. All right, we're good. I'll keep the front camera on for right now and show you. So this is going to be a YMCA, the new Redwood City YMCA. Pardon the noise, I know it's pretty damn loud. Look at that. That is incredible. There is probably going to be an Olympic-sized swimming pool there. I hope you can all hear me, because this is really freaking loud. This is going to be one hell of a building. It's all finally coming about. Look at that. Wow. That is impressive. Whew, wow. Veterans Memorial Building Senior Center. If we can kind of get over here without any cars coming, future home of the Veterans Memorial Building Senior Center. But that's going to be also a YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Yeah. I'm sure someone will clip this and play some Village People. Eli's rendition of the Village People's song YMCA. Anyway, yeah, it's in the low 50s here. So I got my gloves on and I'm out and about. Another walk with purpose. Episode number 880. Go ahead. Episode number 880 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from overcast and rainy Red Morton Park here in Redwood City, California, where I live. We're not doing a GNA membership drive today because I really want to focus. Hey, Tia, can you hear me okay? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Great to see you here live. I've got my gloves on today, Tia. Tia, I've got my gloves on, and Tia, I gotta tell you, I've got some really I've got lots of really, really great news I'll be sharing with you behind the scenes. You see, Tia, the biggest factor for me, the most important factor to me in a friendship or relationship is getting to know someone, really liking someone for who they are, their morals, values, ethics, what they stand for, and getting to trust someone. Knowing someone well enough, liking someone for who they are in general, even if we disagree on certain things, and trusting someone is huge to me. And very few people will ever reach the circle of trust, the real circle of trust, when it comes to Eli. You're one of the few that's privy to all that. And you have earned it and you deserve it. And that's why you're going to be an integral part in moving the GNA forward in 2025 and beyond. Yeah. Got some great things to share with you upcoming in 2025. I'll reach out to you privately behind the scenes after the show. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about why do I continue? Yeah, you're welcome, Tia. You're very welcome. You're welcome. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. We are back live. We are back live. So today I'm going to be discussing why I'm still doing YouTube after 6.5 years of minimal results. One more time. Why I'm still doing YouTube after 6.5 years of minimal results. I have that thing covering the cord so it won't bounce around and you don't hear the tapping sound. I got to move when I wear my jacket, I've got to I got to do that because audio is really, really important. It's super important. Oh, that same lady took a break with her dogs and now she's right in front of my path again. So I want to be respectful. One's a German Shepherd and one is, I can't tell. It might be like a Great Dane or something. I can't really tell. I don't want to put her on camera. You know, we want to respect people's privacy as much as possible, even though when you're in public, you're allowed freedom of the press, even as a YouTuber, within reason. You know, when people are in public, you have the right to record, and if they're coming in your route, you can put them on, but I still want to be respectful. You know, that's just who I am. So why am I still doing this after 6.5 years of minimal results? Many people are probably wondering that. And I understand. Anyone would wonder that. So I decided to address it head on here today because it can also serve as a lesson for other people that may be dealing with the same thing I am. Oh, that dude was coming at me really fast and he wasn't going to stop. He's riding this bicycle with a canopy on top of it. You might have seen it when he went past me. Oh, Jesus. Wow, that was interesting. The dude is riding, it's a guy, he's riding a bike that looks like a little girl's bike, no disrespect. That's what it looked like, a little girl's bike with a canopy all around him to protect him from the rain. I've never seen that. Now, probably some millennial out there or Gen Z or somebody probably knows what that is. And if you want to correct me here at live or in the comment section, be my guest. But man, I've never seen that before. Have you seen something like that before, Tia? Anyway. So why am I still doing this after 6.5 years on YouTube with minimal results? Because I enjoy doing it. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. I love YouTube. Above and beyond everything else. I love YouTube. I love this platform. I love Google. And I am very grateful and thankful that Google bought YouTube from those Stanford students almost 20 years ago and turned it into what it is today. Bought it for $1.6 billion back in what was 2005. And everyone thought, wow, that's an incredible amount of money. Now anyone would buy it for that price. Now anyone would probably even buy it for what Elon Musk bought Twitter for, $44 billion. This company, YouTube, now, some people say is valued at over $400 billion. The richest two men in the world right now are Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, worth just over, I believe, $220 billion. They could probably put half down as a down payment and then finance $200 billion if they wanted to try to buy YouTube, but that's insane. It's insane, right? It's insane. It absolutely is insane. So why do I do this? I do this because I love doing it. I love technology. I love audio. I love video. I also love engaging with people. I love hearing people's stories and experiences. I love sharing my stories of how I messed up and what I did to turn things around. I love sharing my experiences of dealing with people online and offline. It's been interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to get under this canopy here. It's still just sprinkling, but every little sprinkle adds up. But give me a second, I'll be right back. All right. We're back live. We're back live. Nothing better to do, huh? I get it. Nothing better to do for some people. Anyway. So, why do I continue to do this? Because I'm not a quitter. When I was younger, I used to be a quitter. I used to lack self-love and self-belief in myself. I used to listen to other people say, hey, you're wasting your time. You've put in so much effort into this and it hasn't gone anywhere. Why do you keep doing it? And then I would say, you know what? You're right. I'm out. But as I've gotten older, I got into my early to mid 30s, I started to focus more on accomplishing what I really wanted to accomplish. And I would always try to rationalize, what's it really going to take to get something like this off the ground? I've always known anything that I've tried to accomplish, I've always known what it would reasonably take to get it off the ground. If nothing else ever were to come out of what I'm building out here on YouTube through my organization, the GNA, short for January Networking Association, if nothing else were to ever come out of it, there are still some people that I've helped. And I know there are people that are watching my content and quietly watching it and also quietly benefiting from it. I know that. I don't need people to tell me that I'm helping them in some way, shape, or form to know that I am. A lot of times, for whatever reason, people are either shy to come out and admit they need the help, but they'll take the help silently. Other times, they're associated with other people that they wouldn't want knowing that someone like me is helping them for whatever reason. It is what it is. As long as I know that I'm out there helping even at least one person, that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. As long as I know that I've helped one person, that's all that really matters. There are lots of great things in the works. And like I've been saying to people out here for the last several months, I've been in progress of doing a lot of preparation for 2025. And that will continue throughout the rest of November and the rest of December. And then coming back in the new year with my girlfriend Dawn. Now again, as you can see, if you folks want to see Dawn come back a little sooner and share some stuff before the new year, we have our super chat goals again. We need to get at least 5 super chats at the amount of $5 or greater. And then Dawn and I will stream live within a week or so. We're going to try to do it within a few days, but within 7 days or so after we reach that goal, if we do, and we hope we do, we'll go live and you'll see a lot more. You'll see a lot more of what Dawn has been doing to improve herself. And like I said yesterday, Dawn is an inspiration to me. And I know she's an inspiration to you, Tia, and some other people. And, you know, the next time that Dawn does some content with me, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Give me a second here. Give me a second. My cord came out of my pocket and it's hard to get it in when you're wearing gloves. And then I zip it up to try to keep it from coming back out. So I keep my cord straight here. All right, we're good. Yeah, there's no forecast in the rain, but it's still overcast and I'm still feeling a few sprinkles here and there, but there's not even light rain forecasted. It's just barely measurable, so we're okay. Yeah, so so I love YouTube, but I also love sharing my stories and hearing other people's stories. And I also love to preach out positive reinforcement. I love to uplift people. I love to help people feel better about themselves. People that are open to this type of help and content. Now, I'm going to make something very clear. There are people that aren't open to this type of content. And they think it's all a waste of time. They think it's all obvious stuff that people should know about. You're right about that. It is obvious stuff that people should know about. That doesn't mean people are, following or leading their life in the way that they should. Right? Just because people know average, everyday principles that are obvious, right? It doesn't mean that they're following them. So part of what I do is encourage people to do the obvious that they should be doing. Some people think that my content is just stating, again, obvious things that people should already know or already know. Sure, you know those things. Why are you still behaving like a fucking 2-year-old if you know those things? Right? Why are you, a grown-ass 30, 40, 50-year-old or even 60-plus-year-old, coming out here on YouTube live streams and trash-talking other people over the most unreasonable shit I've ever seen? Why? I'll get to the chat in a second, Tia. Do some of you even realize how you're coming off? Right? And these same people will come out and say, Eli's nothing special. He's just stating what people should already know. I never said I was anything special. And I never said I wasn't stating what's already obvious. I am coming out here and saying that what I talk about out here and what pretty much every personal development person out there talks about are obvious things that people are obviously letting fly over their head. Right? It is because these things should be obvious, like you're stating, why we do this, because while you say it's obvious, you're not living up to that. Many people aren't living up to the obvious. So that's why I point out the obvious. And me pointing out the obvious is going to trigger people because they don't want to be called out on the obvious, right? They want to mask the obvious by coming back at the person stating their obvious flaws and saying, oh, your content is obvious. We already know that. I know you do. Then why aren't you living up to that? Why aren't you living up to being a good human being? Hey, Brad, how you doing? Tia says, you are a bit more professional online. Talking to you One-on-one, you are extremely flexible and funny, generally a decent guy. Tia says, I have a lot of respect for Don, empathetic also, which is a great quality. People need to think for themselves instead of playing like children. Right. You're right. You're absolutely right there. We're back. We're done with lap 1. This is the old senior center building. Now, I wonder what they're going to put here. I wonder if they're going to just build a new senior center here once they're done building what's supposed to be the YMCA over there. But wow, what a state-of-the-art looking building. Wow. I'm just greatly impressed. You know, I gotta tell you, Tia, I gotta really tell you this. I'm actually feeling envy. I'm feeling envious that some people are so invested in my story daily. I'll tell you that. I'm feeling envious. I'm feeling envious. Now, I'm not saying what many of these people are doing is the right thing. And some make more mistakes than others, right? Some take it further than others. But what I'm saying is this, is that if anyone is going to take time out of their busy day every single day to focus on my story and myself and what's happening here, I should be envious of that, and I am. I am. And that's how I've started to look at these things. I'll just put it out there in that way for people that understand what I'm saying. Not everyone's going to understand, but the right people will understand. Trust me about that, right? It's funny to me that some people make content in other people's lives because the people that they're talking about, their life is more interesting than their own, right? And that's just the truth of the matter. I mean, it just speaks for itself. But anyway. I'm not a quitter. I don't give up. And I suggest that if you have a mission, a purpose, a passion to create something, especially if it's something that's going to help people at little or no cost, right? Now, if you're someone out there trying to make a killing, yeah, you have the right to do that and do what you got to do. But for me, my level of inspiration is more towards people that truly want to help people beyond the monetary aspect of it. Now, obviously, anyone even doing charity work has to pay their bills, right? So that's why when you run a nonprofit organization, you're still getting donations, you're still bringing in money, and you're still paying yourself a salary. But you're paying yourself a reasonable nominal salary. You're not looking to make as much as possible and become extremely filthy rich. You just want to have enough to survive while helping other people with your cause. That's why nonprofit organizations are typically called a cause-based organization. Or an NGO, non-government organization. That's what the GNA. The GNA is a non-government organization, but we are also going to be a 501c3 nonprofit, at least partially, in the years ahead. But if you're the type of person that truly wants to make a big difference in making the world a better place. And I'm not just talking about making your city a better place or your state or province a better place, and not even your country a better place. I'm talking about someone that has the mentality that they want to make the entire world a better place. If you're inspired in that way like I am, never give up on that. Now, in the meantime, until you get your thing going, until it can sustain itself and make enough money to pay you a salary so you can pay your bills, you gotta do other things to bring in the income. But that doesn't mean you have to stop and give up your dream because you've already been trying to get it out there, trying to get the message out there for over 6 years, and it hasn't happened yet. What if it happens in year 7, 8, 9, or 10? In many cases, a lot of ideas take 10 plus years to come to fruition. That's another reason why I haven't given up, and I will never give up. I will never, ever give up. I don't know, I heard somebody yelling. I will never give up, and neither should you. Now, whatever you're working on, that's one thing I like about you. Oh, thank you, Brad. More specific. Tell me in more specific words so I know exactly. Like, the one thing you like about me, what has made you feel that way specifically, if you don't mind? Because I want to learn more from my audience, you know? I want to learn more of what you folks want, what makes you happy. You never give up, dude. No. And Brad, I'm sure you've seen a lot. I'm sure you've been around over the years, and you've seen a lot about what I've experienced, especially out here on YouTube. And I'm not here to complain about that today, but, you know, ultimately I have a purpose and a passion and a mission to help people. And I've had to fight really hard to be able to even just attempt to get my message out here. I've had to fight really hard. And I'm going to keep fighting hard to be able to continue to have my space, my one little corner of YouTube, to do what it is that I feel I was meant to do. Now, I like YouTube more than any other platform, more than Facebook, more than LinkedIn, more than Reddit. I mean, I'm a part of those social media sites more than Twitter, more than all of that. I hardly spend any time on those other platforms. That's because I like YouTube more than all of them. I enjoy YouTube more than all of them. And sure, there may be some other opportunities on these other platforms, but I don't wish to go after those opportunities right now. There's a reason for that. I don't have to share that reason. I'm not going to here today. I'm not going to share all my secrets like I used to. Not at least all at once. But this is where I want to be. This is what I enjoy doing the most. Even if there's potentially an opportunity to leverage a bigger audience on a different platform, I don't feel like doing that right now. It's not what I enjoy. I want to do what I enjoy. I enjoy YouTube, and I'm going to continue enjoying YouTube. Tia, for the most part, you have kept your cool and put out great messages. I feel there are those that are insanely jealous. Maybe so, Tia. Maybe so. Right? And people that are jealous, hey, you know what? We can help them too. We can help anyone, but typically people in that state of mind are not open to help from anyone, let alone me. It's not even myself. You see, people that don't like me, supposedly, it's not that they don't like me. They don't like anyone that states the truth about what they're dealing with because they're not ready to deal with it yet. Until people are ready to deal with the underlying issues that are affecting their lives, no one can help them, let alone me or anyone. No one can help them. Not even a psychologist or psychiatrist. You got to be open to the help, right? Exactly, right. And that's why I keep going, because I know, here's the thing, I know half of YouTube, let's say I was exposed to the entire YouTube platform of over 2.7 or 2.8 billion active users monthly, which that's not going to happen, I don't think. But what I'll say is this, even if they all knew about me, I can tell you, more than half of them probably would never give me a chance or wouldn't be open to my help, because that's how people are. When people are going through things, when people are traumatized, they're going through things, they're not the most rational typically, right? And when they've made lots of mistakes to contribute to what they're going through, they don't want to admit that. They want to just sit there and for a while sulk in their misery, right? They don't want anyone to come out to try to point out what their flaws are and how to turn them around, because they're just not ready to turn it around yet. Brad says, I never believed in the whole jealousy thing until recently. Just one day, I sat back and it hit me. That's exactly what it is, dude. Maybe so, dude. Maybe so. But do you really think that a group of people on YouTube would target one specific person that's not even a big YouTuber and be jealous of them? Do you think that people would go out of their way for that? Or would you have ever thought that? It's just really, really odd and surreal and strange to me. It really is. Oh, now the rain has completely stopped, but it's still overcast. And I'm glad I have my gloves on, because I'll tell you, my hands are starting to get cold even with the gloves on, but I'm okay. With the gloves off, I'd be an icicle right now. Not because it's cold enough to freeze, because when you have wet hands with already cold air, it makes it colder. It's like the wind chill factor. It is weird, but yeah, I do believe it. Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend Donna and I finished watching Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix last night. And they caught that Luca guy and they arrested him, and he deserved to be arrested. What that guy did was undoubtedly wrong. And he's a millennial. And all he was trying to do was, I guess, play pranks, and he was trying to become famous by doing stupid shit on the internet. Right? Killing cats, sucking cats through a vacuum cleaner hose, suffocating cats with cobra snakes and all that. Like, what a real strange dude. Undoubtedly that guy was guilty. Undoubtedly. There's no excuse for what that guy did. Now, do I think his upbringing had a lot to do with it? They would interview his mother, and I looked into his mother's eyes. His mother seemed like his mother just didn't seem right to me. It kind of seemed like his mother was doing drugs or something. You know, you can kind of look at someone's face and kind of tell, you know, if they're not living the most clean lifestyle. But they didn't mention his father, so maybe he grew up without a father figure, which would be another reason why he acted out, because his mother was trying to raise him on his own. Like, I heard nothing about his father. That dude's a weird dude. Like, really, just some people are just really mentally deranged. And a lot of that has to do with the way their family raises them. I firmly believe that your mother and father are the biggest influences towards how people turn out to be down the road. Not having one of your parents around, for whatever reason, is a major contributing factor, in my opinion. Not having both of them makes it worse, right? And if you only have one of your parents around, what are they doing to raise you properly? That was a true story. Oh my God, I can't watch it. It was a true story. Yeah, the Lucas story was a true story. Yeah, in my heart and soul, undoubtedly that guy was and is guilty. There is no excuse for his behavior. He was not provoked to do any of that. He tried to make up a fictional character and tried to alibi himself. I mean, I swear to God, it wasn't funny what he did, but it was funny how he tried to alibi himself. So Brad Sweeney. Hang on a second, Brad. I'm having a hard time seeing this phone. He made there he goes. Sorry, my phone was fogged up. He made horrible videos. I could barely watch any of them. Did you actually watch his videos when they were first put out on YouTube? I didn't even know about the guy until the Netflix story. Or did you watch them on the Netflix story, the Netflix documentary? Yeah, that was wow. And the amount of people that, once they found out what he was doing, that was helping the police to hunt him down. Great work that they did. You know, in some cases, when people are doing such vile, blatant things, nothing wrong with putting groups together, to help capture people like that. But when people do that just to bully and harass you because, like you said, Brad, they're jealous of you, that's harassment and bullying and stalking and invasion of privacy and all that crap. Brad says, I saw them a little while after he put them out. I wanted to throw up. Yeah. I think those were the early days of YouTube where, content would stay up much longer. People could get away with doing certain things for a longer period of time. But yeah, I mean, seeing those in the Netflix documentary, that really made me sick. It made me sick as hell. Folks, never give up on your goals, dreams, hopes, aspirations. Never ever give up. You know, it's really nice to have an audience of 21 people here right now. I appreciate it. We're starting to grow an audience outside of some other audiences that may be viewing us elsewhere. And we definitely appreciate that. We really, really, truly appreciate that. Hang on one second. I'm actually warming up a little bit right now. I'm triple layered up. Sometimes in life, or many times in life, people don't want to hear the obvious. They don't. But it's the obvious that needs to be reinforced in the people. To make this world a better place and to help people become better people, you have to reinforce the obvious to them. And then again, that's why the content I create is and should be very obviously understood and really shouldn't be necessary. It is necessary because people don't understand the obvious or abide by the obvious. They don't. They're choosing to not live their life. I'm going to wait because there's somebody on the sidewalk there getting their garbage. I want to respect their privacy. All right, now I can go. One more lap to go, folks. We're going to do 3 laps today. I'm going to do 3 laps today. Yeah, again, tomorrow, Dawn and I are going to go watch Wicked in Cinemark XD, the bigger screen, 4K, with real D 3D glasses and the D-box seats. And I'm excited about that. And I'm proud to share my excitement because I love sharing my stories. And if my stories are too boring for you, and if my stories are stating obvious things that you already know, you can choose to turn the channel to a different channel. You can choose to change the channel, which is what I'm trying to say. But no, you keep the channel right here. Even though you already know what I'm saying. And I'm feeling envious because of that. You know, Coach Corey Wayne out here is a coach I very much so respect. He's been doing this on YouTube for over 15 years. He's got over 500,000 subscribers. And I fully support him 1,000,000%. And guess what, Tia? He's Republican and he's a Trump supporter. But I have no problems with him because his message and how he lives his life and how he is as a human being is what matters to me. And Coach Corey Wayne has always said, repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition's the mother of skill. So if there are people out there that feel I am repeating obvious things, then you haven't learned your lesson yet, obviously, because like Coach Corey Wayne says, repetition is the mother of skill. And the more and more and more and more and more you repeat something when you're trying to help people, the more it's prone to, go through to their head and become understood and applied in a helpful way. Look at this from this angle right here. See that? So there, it looks like they did some underground digging. They probably had to run some wires underneath there or something. And now they're just paving the street again so people can drive over it. So the question is, why is it okay for Coach Corey Wayne to say repetition is the mother of skill, and he can say the same things over and over again? But when I say it, some people think I'm boring and repetitive and stating obvious things. I'm only saying that because I know that you're always going to have some people that will never agree with you or will never like you or will find every excuse to try to knock you down. That's just the way it goes. And from what I've dealt with out here on YouTube, and slowly but surely we've got newer audiences coming in, right? And the groups that have come at me are becoming less and less effective because the algorithm's finding new people for myself and Don and Tia and Sandra Palacio and other people that are here, right? It's taken a while, but every single measure I've put in place has helped towards that. And another reason is because I've been staying cool, calm, and collected. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about staying cool, calm, and collected and how much of a difference that makes. Even if in the past you lost your shit a time or two or three, or maybe even four, like I did in my early days of doing this 6.5 years ago when I started this full time. Let me see what Brad said. Brad said, Tia. Oh, sorry. Tia says, I would love to see that in a movie form. They had the play come, but we couldn't make it. When you made the point of repeating, Tia says, it never clicked as to the reason why. Makes sense. Brad says, Tia, my one aunt goes to see the play every single year. She's seen it 5 times before. She loves it so much. Wow. Brad, that's cool. Yeah. Well, that's why. That's why, Don and I are going to see this not only... And by the way, By the way, I forgot what I was going to say now. Give me a second. Give me 1 second here. Give me a second. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I was going to say this. There are actually plenty of IMAX theaters here in the San Francisco Bay Area. There are plenty of them. But that doesn't mean they're showing certain movies in IMAX. We have a ton of IMAX theaters that are even showing Wicked here in the San Francisco Bay Area. But I want to watch the show Wicked along with my lady. We want to watch it in the D-Box moving seats and with Real D 3D. Because we saw the new Indiana Jones movie in Cinemark XD, which is similar to IMAX 4K. We saw it with Real D 3D glasses and in the D-Box moving seats. All three of those combined, typically you will only get that at a Cinemark theater during the first week. That's the best experience. So there are IMAX theaters available that have Wicked in IMAX, but they don't have the moving seats or the 3D, the Real D 3D. I wanted to put that out there just because I felt like putting that out there, Tia. Just because I really, really, really give a shit about what every single person on the planet thinks about me. I hang on every word of every hateful person, right? Ha ha, right? So yeah, we have plenty of IMAX theaters out here, right? You know what's ironic is people spend 2 hours, over nonsense. Over nonsense. They'll spend 2 hours in a live stream chat. In a live stream chat over nonsense. Oh well. To each its own, right? It's all good. So yeah, after we see the movie tomorrow, we'll let you folks know. Just Amanda, how are you doing? How you like? Good to see you. What are your Thanksgiving plans? Dawn and I are going to spend it with my family this year. And hopefully by next year, we'll be able to go back and spend it with her family. Now, I'm not going to talk about her family. I've told my lady Dawn I'm not going to do that. But you've been around. I'm sure you know the backstory, and I want to respect my woman. But we're going to spend it with my family this year, and next year, hopefully, her family has a whole year, 12 months to figure it out. I'm praying to God that the epiphany happens. Just Amanda, how does that sound? Or is that a little too dramatic? You tell me. Yeah, some people on this platform think that the epiphany would be if I left this platform. Well, your epiphany will never come regarding that. I'm sorry. I hate to inform you. What about you, just Amanda, Tia, Brad, anyone else that's here? How are you going to spend your Thanksgiving? Yeah, the rain totally stopped. That is great. I am sure it will be fun. I pray it works out. Yeah, thank you for that. I pray it works out too. Dawn has just come such a long way, and like I honestly, I don't blame Dawn one bit for whatever she's been through. You know, the amount of trauma my woman has been through, out of her control. If it was within her control, I would say that. I'm a fair person. But the amount of trauma she's been through out of her control, you know, for her to be fighting through all this, and gosh, she's turned so much around. I mean, we cannot wait to show people. But again, minimum 5 super chats of $5 minimum, and we'll do it before the new year. If not, we'll do it the first or second week of the new year. And we're willing to do it live right now. In the new year, we'll probably do it pre-recorded. Trying to give people some incentive, right? Give me a second here. That is awesome, Tia. Oh, I'm going to my Ray's brother and sister-in-laws. Nice. I will be going to my sister's house, says just Amanda. We alternate in my family. Excuse me. Give me a second. That is awesome, Tia. I was at my brother-in-law's last year. Oh, sorry. Something got stuck in my throat. And now my eyes are watery. Those allergies are kicking in right now. I'll tell you, I took my allergy medication. And Brad Sweeney says, my parents and I go to my sister's house every Thanksgiving, and it is a lot of fun hanging out with my niece and nephew. I'm a little nervous though. My sister's cooking the turkey. Oh, is this the first time she's cooking the turkey, man? Well, I hope and pray that everything works out for all of you folks. Brad, that is funny. Yeah. You know, yep, first time LOL, says Brad. Well, what was that group? I think they were called Lone Star, right? I don't stay up all night. I don't close down the bars. And I don't make a fool of myself. I don't drink too much. And I don't get too loud. And I don't ever raise too much hell. Who can tell me the next line of that song? I'll give you folks 30 seconds to fill in the blank of the next line. Next line. Who's got it? 10 seconds. But there's a first time for everything. Bow, wow, wow. Since you said goodbye. I got a bunch of kids coming. So I'm going to go off to the side. Have no incident here because these people like to troll live on the street. So you avoid them. Avoid the trolls, right? Avoid them, right? You can see them right there, way back there. I believe that was Lone Star. If I've learned anything, bow, wow, 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 there's a first time for everything. Hang on, give me a second, I'll be right back. All right. All right. All right, we are back live. We are back live. Starting to sprinkle a little bit again over here. Intermittent sprinkling. I have no clue, says Brad. Tia, that's nice, Amanda. I wanted to do dinner because they are both in poor health. Judy just had aneurysm surgery. My Bill has cancer. It is easier for me to travel. Tia says one of Ray and my first love songs was Baby, I'm Amazed by You. Yeah, Lone Star. Yeah, first time for everything. That was Lone Star too, right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. That is so sweet. I'm sure they are so happy to be with you, says just Amanda. Oh, Baby, I'm Amazed by You. It's fantastic. Tia, I was diagnosed with an aortic aneurysm and a leaky bicuspid. I don't know what that is. Valve about 8 years ago. My insurance won't pay for the surgery until it reaches a certain size, so they just monitor it every year. That is ridiculous, Brad. Are you with Blue Cross Anthem or Blue Shield or Aetna or Kaiser? Let me guess. You're with Kaiser, right? Are you with Kaiser by any chance, Brad? I can't stand Kaiser. We have a Kaiser hospital out here in Redwood City. We never go to it. We have Sequoia Hospital, and we also have Stanford Hospital. Oh, Medicaid. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I can understand that. I pray for you, man. I pray for you. I pray for you, man. You should be able to get the health care you need right now, but yeah. Yeah, Medicaid, Medicare. That's some really tricky shit. I pray for you, man. I really, really hope for the best. Just Amanda, yes, it will be nice to have no children. Thank you guys, says Brad. Of course, man, you're welcome. Sorry to hear that, Brad. Best wishes. Yeah. Yeah, Dawn and I are both on Anthem Blue Cross. And for the most part, everything has been covered minus the max out of pocket amount. But, everything also has to be medically necessary. And I guess Medicaid is not deeming the situation you're in until it reaches a certain size medically necessary. What about Medicaid? What about preventative measures that could save you money if you have to pay for a more expensive hospital or longer hospital stay down there. This is the kind of shit I can't stand about insurance companies. Well, it has to reach a certain size before we cover it under or as medically necessary. Oh, our government is so lovely. So lovely. I love the US government. Brad says, when my cardiologist told me that, my jaw dropped. Yeah, that's really sad, dude. That's really sad. As long as they constantly monitor it and you're okay, and if it does get worse, man, they got to get you in there quick. You know, preventative measures are always the safest way, but we don't deem it at Medicaid, we don't deem it as medically necessary. You can go F yourself, Medicaid. Brad, that really bothers me. I will definitely keep you in my thoughts also. It really does. Why do you think I don't sell insurance anymore? Even though I'm licensed, I could sell health insurance. I can sell life, health, disability, long-term care, fixed annuities with a life and health license in California, and I've got a property and casualty, which on the other side I can do auto, home. Go ahead. Auto, home, commercial. Part of homeowners insurance is renters insurance, condo insurance. Renters could be apartments, homes, whatever. I got tired of the insurance industry. It's a very lucrative industry. It's good money, but honestly, I got tired of seeing people get screwed. It was a lot of work to, it was just a lot of work, put it that way. It was a lot of work. You're working 10 times harder to make good money in the insurance industry than you would in most other industries. The amount of work, red tape, follow up from your clients, it's just, it's a pain in the ass. You have a good attitude, Brad. It is not right, though. Oh, I agree to you. Yeah, no, it's definitely not right. It's definitely not right. They are probably going to be getting the Christmas lights up again. Wow, already. So, you know, this house across the street here works with the city. And they're also the 49er house as well, too. So they're already, they've got the little vortex tunnel over there set up. You can see all the wires up here. I don't know if they probably just leave these up permanently for future hookups. But you can already see there are some Christmas lights hanging right there. Yeah, no, it's really awesome. This time of the year, actually, I don't mind walking that Red Morton Park And I typically do more often because when it rains, you know, or when it's overcast, and even if it says it's not going to rain, sometimes it just starts. And when I'm at Red Morton, I can get to shelter much quicker than being stuck in the middle of an out and back trail on the San Francisco Bay Trail on the other side of Redwood City. We are at 75 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. Get your final questions, comments, concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. Going to be turning the corner and heading back into the parking lot. I'm going to go home and make some dinner with my lady, and then we're going to have some dinner, watch some shows, and get to bed early, as we have our big show to watch tomorrow in the afternoon, in the early afternoon. But never give up on your purpose, your passion, your dream. Never let anyone stand in the way of what you're trying to accomplish, especially if it's something that you're doing to more so help people at little to no cost, like a cause-based organization, where you have similar intentions as I do to not try to extract as much money from every human being on the planet as possible. It's not my intention. I just want to help people and make enough money to survive while being able to help other people. And if that makes me too much of a goody-goody for this modern world, if that makes my content out here on YouTube not entertaining enough for you folks, I really don't give a shit. I don't. I'm not here to entertain people. Can I be funny at times? Sure. Anyone can. I'm not here to be a comedian on the stage and crack jokes. Sometimes I'll sing a song and I'll have some fun, but that's not my purpose. If you want fucking comedy, go to a fucking comedy channel. But if you believe in making the world a better place, and you also believe that making the world a better place starts first within you and how you show up, those are the types of people that we want to have over here. And if you think I sound like a used car fucking salesman, then that's your fucking opinion. Maybe I'm that good at what I do, which is why I sound like a used car salesman. But I can tell you this, I'm not. And yes, you are entitled to your opinions. And that's that, right? There's a lot more great stuff coming very soon. Lots of great stuff coming very soon. You know, I'm going to wrap up by saying this. I firmly believe, Tia says, it was nice chatting with Amanda and Brad. Stop in again. Good messages, Eli. Thank you. Everyone watching, have a good night. Yeah. You know, like I was about to say a second ago, which is what I'm trying to say, Tia and everyone else, Brad, Amanda, thank you to all of you for being here. And if I missed anyone, thank you. when good things start to happen for people, they happen in a spurt. They happen consecutively, right? So good things are starting to happen here at the GNA, and they're going to continue happening. And as those great things continue to happen, we'll update you folks here. So that way we can carry it through forward into the new year in 2025 and really start to make some noise, some more positive noise that can drown out all this negativity. With that being said, it was great talking with you guys too. Yeah, thank you, Brad. Appreciate it, man. I wish you well on your insurance situation, man. That really sucks. That's why I fucking hate insurance. That's why I don't sell insurance anymore. I'm licensed. I can still talk about it. I can sell anytime I want. I will always renew my licenses every 2 years by taking my, continuing education, my CE, units. But I plan on never selling again. Unless I absolutely have to. Unless it's the only way to survive, which there are many other ways to make money and survive in this world. So, but anyway, with that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. There we go. Good night, everyone.